What?
Pitiful me.
Ah, another adventurer. If you've come looking for salt rice, you'll have better luck in the market. A slim harvest, you know, and we're a bit short-handed at the moment. My son, Sathan, has gone missing, you see. You haven't run into him, have you? Wouldn't I? I gave up work as a financier in Balmora for a chance at the simple life. I love it here. But my wife, she struggles with the agrarian life. We'd jump at the chance to leave, believe me. But not before finding our boy. Yes, in an instant. Like I said, Nineveh's practically packed her bags already. If you bring back our boy, we'll sell. Sathan's always been a thrill-seeker. Probably got lost in that Daedric ruin, Esutanimus. You'll find it just east of here. It's called Esutanimus. Sathan's taken an interest in Daedric history. A waste of time if you ask me, but I do admire his enthusiasm. We spoke about the shrine just a few days before he vanished. Apparently it venerates that monster, Molag Bal. I don't go anywhere near that place. We've got enough troubles here. Lean harvests, clumsy Telvanni wizards, my wife henpecking me to death. No, I'll not invite some plague from the House of Troubles as well. Thank you, Sergio. Be careful, and 3 protect you.
I've never known such fear.
One more day, that is all I ask. Lane and Menwendel must have a plan to save this place.
What do you want?
What?
is it? Where is she? Not again! Hey, over here! Someone without wings and razor-sharp teeth. There's a sight for sore eyes. That's me, Sathan Rendo, explorer extraordinaire. My parents are worried. Typical. My mother barely trusts me to push a broom, let alone investigate a ruin. Of course, things could be better. I've attracted the attention of some winged twilights. Every time I try to make my escape, they swoop down on my head. Not to hurt me, mind you. They just sort of tussle my hair with their claws and push me back into the ruins, cooing all the while. I think they see me as some kind of pet. A daring escape. You'll have to slay them, eh? Pity. Of course, I did see them tear an Ashlander apart as he wandered by, so I won't shed too many tears. I'll make a run for it. We can meet up west of here towards Voss. Be careful. Ah! The matriarch is coming! Be careful! I'll run straight back to Voss!
Well,
This work isn't going to do itself.
You came after me? You're getting as bad as Mother. I'm not a child.
believe me, I'd rather be bagging our crop. But you know how your mother is. She won't give me a moment's peace.
Fine. I just need a breather.
There you are. Sorry to check up on you. I knew you had the situation well in hand, but Nineveh practically kicked me out. Said not to come back without Sathan. I'm glad I won't be going back empty-handed. Attracted? The attentions? Never mind. I don't want to know. I'll miss this place, but Vec knows I'm not much of a farmer. I'm just glad I got to thank you in person. Your partner, Myrtis, already paid me for the deed to the property. What? Oh dear. The fellow was very convincing. Caught me right before I set out to find Sathan. He wasn't much of a conversationalist, just paid me a hefty sum of gold and snatched up the deed. He set out toward Voss once we finished the sale.
What is it?
Here's the deed, Lady Jidrissa.
Good. Deal with any loose ends.
Well, if it isn't my favorite loose end, time to tie it off.
mean to spend some time in Voss? I wouldn't linger if I were you. You don't have scales or fur, so you should be safe for a time. But if Savarak and his lackeys smell a whiff of danger on you, they'll put a knife in your back by supper time. The new wizard magistrate. When Mistress Dratha fell ill, House Telvanni put Savarak in charge of Voss. It was all honey and orchids for a time, but not anymore. The people are desperate for Dratha to return. I'm beginning to lose hope. Openly? No. Some work against him in secret, but he sicks his black snail mercenaries on anyone who opposes him publicly. Don't believe me? Ask him yourself. He covets Telmora Tower, but until Dratha dies, he holds court in the Gathering House. Keep your wits around Savarak. He's slippery as a slaughterfish, and twice as deadly. He's a member of House Telvanni, like Mistress Dratha. Mistress Dratha is powerful but reclusive. Savarak's a little more ambitious. Technically, yes. Luckily, Mistress Dratha's mouth, Lane Sadri, has been working against him in secret. We're lucky to have her. Savarak can sniff out a conspiracy like a Nixox sniffs out truffles. Without Lane, we'd probably be dead already. She's one of the oldest, most powerful Telvanni counselors and the ruler of nearby Telmora, the great fungal tower just across the river. She ruled Voss and lands beyond until she fell ill. Some people think it's just old age. I'm not so sure. 1,000 times yes. Our mistress has a mixed reputation. Outsiders often say she is cold and calculating. That may be, but I don't mind. She cares for us from a distance, intervening only when necessary. She respects our freedom. We pray for her recovery every day. If Dratha dies, I fear that Voss will die with her.
I wish we didn't have to leave Voss, but it just isn't safe here anymore. I may be a dark elf, but I also fell in love with an Argonian. A former slave at that. I'm not exactly on Savarak's good side.
He has voices in his head. Don't worry, they're good people.
Well...
I do hope you'll forgive my candor, but I must ask, what brings a bumbling outlander to my gathering house? Do you fancy yourself a Telvanni mage? No, I think not. You may take your leave. Immediately. Ah, I see the Noir is well informed. If you know that I am Savarak, you must also know that I rule Voss as its wizard magistrate. Do you bring me some petition, or is this just a social visit? Have a care how you speak, Outlander. It is true that certain of Voss's citizens have struggled during this period of transition, but I'm hardly to blame. They've taken Dratha's illness very hard. It's led to idleness and crude insubordination. Someone has to. Dratha's mouth, Lane Sardry, refuses to assist me. She just lurks by her mistress's bedside in Telmora, scheming and fomenting unrest. People in crisis require a firm hand. If that offends your gentle sensibilities, move on.
What do you want?
What is it?
I'll check in on her again in the morning. For now, just get some rest, eh? You look awful.
Yes, thank you, Manuel. And please let me know straight away if you make any progress on a cure.
Of course. And I meant what I said. Sleep, Lane.
Yes, yes. And who might you be? It takes some pluck to enter a Telvanni tower uninvited. Impressive. I'm Lane Sadri, mouth to the glorious Mistress Drotha. What is it you want, Outlander? The situation? The catastrophe, more like. Savarak and his black snail mercenaries are strangling the life out of that town. I do what I can, but Savarak has the support of the Council. My hands are firmly tied. You, on the other hand... Savarak won the support of the Council shortly after my mistress fell ill. I've always known him to be clever and enterprising, but all this wealth and muscle, that's new. Despots rule with swords and coin. Savarak has an abundance of both. I don't, but I think we can find some answers in Savarak's manse. He's turned the old Berino house into a palace and a fortress. If you break in and find some evidence of corruption, I might be able to turn the Council against him. This can't possibly be the first time someone's asked you to snoop through a wizard's manse. Just look for anything that seems out of place. Official documents often provide clues on this sort of thing. Letters too. You'll know it when you see it. I wish I knew. Our resident herbalist, Menwendel, has been developing on a variety of cures. She's capable, brilliant even, but my confidence wanes. We know the illness deadens the mind and causes rigors in the limbs, but beyond that, we're stumped.
What?
Well? What do you want?
You're back? I admit I didn't expect you to return. Forgive me. It's hard to know who to trust these days. It seems you actually do mean to help us. Did you find anything? Honestly, what kind of idiot leaves this many documents lying about? Still nothing about my mistress's illness. Damn. Well, what do we know? House Hilalu is bankrolling Savarak's operation. His wealth and mercenaries arrive via Selville Island. Right, with someone named Narandus, yes? The Hilalu's hatchet man here in Voss, no doubt. If they're using passphrases, they must not know each other by name or by face. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Exactly. Find Narandus near the wharf and use this passphrase. I'll have the few house guards still loyal to Mistress Strother make sure no one approaches. We don't want the real contact to muck things up. Learn what you can, then make a swift exit.
About fetching time, well? But the stench remains. You Telvanni servants. Late, always late. Our plot to kill Dratha proceeds at a snail's pace. I blame myself, in part. Tel Mora's fungal growth has proven to be more resilient to the toxin than I expected. Of course we are! To release lethal spores! What moon sugar cart did they drag you out of? I'm near to finishing the nuke toxin, but I need to know the current status of the infection. Examine the deceased nodule at the tower's base and report back.
You still have your head on your shoulders, so it can't have gone all that poorly. Did you manage to learn anything? What? Those fetching bastards! The answer was right here the whole time. Mistress, forgive me. Look, I'm no slouch when it comes to magic, but fungal infections are well outside my area of expertise. You'll have to find Menwendel, our herbalist. She established a small nursery beside the tower. With any luck, she'll be there. If not, ask her assistant Grey Skies. Please don't dawdle. I'm not sure how much longer my mistress can hold on. I'll contact the Telvanni Council immediately. I'm sure they'll love to hear about Savarek's tawdry affair with those gold pinchers in House Halalu. If I know the Council, and I do, Savarek will be feeding the shroom beetles by week's end. Indeed, the citizens of Vos will be free to go about their lives in peace. Although for Vos to truly flourish, we must also restore my Mistress Drotha to proper health. From the looks of things, she doesn't have much time.
Is someone there? Please, help me. Down here. It's you. Hist be praised. Savarek set those black snail thugs on us. A half-dozen of them. I tried to... Sorry, just... let me catch my breath. They took her. She didn't make it easy. Bit one of their ears off and broke a flask over another one's face. But in the end, they were just too much for her. The leader kept shouting not to kill her. Said someone named Narandas needed her alive. I heard one of them mention a hideout along the coast. There are a few old pirate dens south of here. Maybe they've claimed one. Menwendel knows more about the fungal towers than anyone. Hist only knows what they have planned for her.
best defense, always a good attack.
You in-faced brute! I have mouldy bread and I'm not afraid to use it! Wait, I've seen you before. Oh, sorry about the imp-face thing. Your face is really quite... I don't know. Never mind. I'm glad you're here. I was just preparing to make my escape. Should be a lot easier now. Why are you here anyway? Did Grey Sky send you? Well, that's gross. Looks like it was stitched to the lowest stalk. But these striae... Oh no, it's the spores! The growth bent spores into the tower that... Never mind. I think I can help Dratha, but I need a sample of the toxin they used. Narandus is hiding in here somewhere. If you deal with him, these brutes will scatter like roaches under a lantern. Now, I can make it back to Voss on my own. You give these bastards a good drubbing, find that toxin, and meet me back at Tel Mora.
won't leave this cabin alive!
There you are! I gave Mistress Dratha some chokeweed bitters to slow the effect of the spores, but this is like binding a troll's hands with fishing twine. Did you bring the toxin sample I asked for? I can't brew an antidote without it. Perfect! I'll get to work on this right away. Oh, one other thing. Lane took off toward Voss with a handful of guardsmen. I think they mean to arrest that Guar's ass, Savarek. She might need your help. If you find that oaf, give him a good kick in the nethers for me. Ifra knows how long it's going to take me to clean up my nursery.
Savarek's gone. Damn that slippery bastard. We tossed his manse, the gathering house, the wharf. We turned the whole damn town upside down and nothing. He can't have just vanished. What did we miss? Of course, his Black Snail mercenaries have been resupplying there. That must be where he's headed. Selville Island is just east of the tower. If he manages to get away, I'll never forgive myself. It will take me too long to gather up all the town guards. I need you to go after him. Please, Sarah, make sure he doesn't board that ship.
Meddlesome prat! Dratha may survive, but I'll make sure you won't.
Getting old is no picnic. The alternative is...
Where is that?
Loathsome brat! Dratha may survive, but I'll make sure you won't.
Light it!
Burn it!
Set it ablaze!
Did you see his new bow? That must have cost hay. Or a little extortion money.
You're back. My mistress and I fared the worst. Is it over? Is Savarak slain? What a relief. With Mistress Dratha's approval, I'll send runners to nearby towns and let the people know it's safe to return. Thank you, my friend. Truly. Take this, and I believe my Mistress Dratha would like a proper word as well. Neith Sarah, this is the warrior I told you about. The one that exposed the Halalu plot and struck down Savarak.
Let me get a better look at you.
Your eyes are wrong, but your palms seem clean enough. I have a task for you. If you succeed, you'll earn the favor of a Telvanni counselor and a treasure from my vault. Is this agreeable? In all my long years, the thought of death has rarely troubled me. But thanks to Savarak, I've gained new perspective. My illness took me to the brink of the void, the tip of the scythe. Someday I may welcome death, but for now, steps must be taken. I find that people lead much happier lives when they don't trouble themselves with details. Now, Vardenfell is littered with Daedric shrines. 7 of these shrines contain powerful, magicked stones. You must find these stones and bring them to me. The task I've set before you won't be easy. These shrines lie near and far. Some are little more than piles of brickwork, while others extend deep underground. Even so, I'm confident you'll find what I'm looking for. The stones of cold fire. So you're a scholar as well. I certainly wouldn't have predicted that. Before the tribunal showed up, we Dunmer worshipped the Daedra. They raised no small amount of havoc, but they also left us valuable gifts. Gifts like the stones. Nothing until they rest side by side. If a mage manages to wake all 7, well, let's just say their powers of persuasion are put to the test. Of course not. Why should I be? The powers of Oblivion hold no great mysteries for mages like me, and House Telvanni has no time for folklore and childish superstitions. What's the point of power left unclaimed? Plans? No, of course not. I'll leave them to their business just as I always have. I'm sure they did. You'd like an explanation, wouldn't you? Fine. You want to earn people's love. Here's the secret. Just leave them alone. Treat them like adults, even when they act like children. The rest takes care of itself. Yes. Believe me, it's a rare and wonderful thing to live under the protection of a disinterested ruler. Self-determination. It'll be all the rage in a millennium or 2, I guarantee it. Now, are we finished? I need those stones.
Well?
The Red Mountain? Oh, you look a bit lost.
Buying goods at
I don't have to go, you know. I can help clean things up around here. I know how to keep a low profile.
This isn't up for debate. You're going.
Open for business.
Back so soon? Well, you're quite the negotiator. I trust you found a suitable property outside Voss. Jinrisa. Interesting. That envious hag never misses an opportunity to stick a thumb in Firith's eye. Listen carefully. I need you to acquire that deed as quickly as possible, before she makes it public that she's bought land near Voss. I suggest you use all available means. You can begin by searching the Adepts' Hall in Tel Naga. I will warn you that the Adepts' Hall is not open to outsiders. You'll need to be careful while searching for the deed so as not to raise suspicion. Jinris has offered us a chance to double our winnings. If we acquire the deed and embarrass her in the process, Firith's bound to support my promotion.
Damn it. Where is that copy of the Chimar Vermidium? Time to go.
Did you find the deed? I'd hate to think that clumsy wizard Jinrissa outnixed me on this. Oh, no. I can't do it myself. It's not subtle or even polite. if a Telvanni just bluntly demands this thing or that service. I'm sorry to impose once again, but could you give the deed to Master Firith on my behalf? I know I've asked a lot, trust me, payment is forthcoming. Just offer the deed to Firith and tell him that Sun in Shadow would like his written support for elevation to the rank of retainer. Make it subtle, but not too subtle, you know. Just west of here, in a place called Hanood, Firith values his privacy, so be wary of Atronachs and traps, and don't be surprised if he's a bit, eccentric. Meet me in the council hall when you return. I have a very good feeling about this.
Ugh, more visitors? I have those Atronachs out there for a reason. Can't you see there's no room? Oh, for Vex's sake, never mind. What do you want from us? Did she now? How prescient. Quite impressive, wouldn't you say, Geralt? Yes, I thought so too. I'm glad she chose to give it to me, and not that guar-faced bumbler Jinrissa. I suppose she wants something in return. These hirelings always do. Ah, yet another social climber. How tiresome. Still, exchanging a simple endorsement for valuable property seems like quite the bargain. Very well, it's a deal. Get out, be a dear, and fetch me that pen. What? Oh, fine, I'll get it myself. This should do. Now, off with you. My friends and I have pressing business. So much to do!
We will review the request soon. In the meantime, continue your studies.
Oh, look what crawled up from the dung heap. A pathetic criminal. I hope you can pay your bounty. Now get lost, scum.
Don't cause trouble.
Failure is success if you learn.
Well?
We will review the request soon. In the meantime, continue your studies.
Muthsera Sooth is most kind. I thank you. Ha! I recognize that swagger. Irith agreed to my demands, didn't he? Excellent! I ran into Counselor Angharal just a moment ago. Totally by chance, I might add. I asked her about the potential for advancement. She hedged a bit. This endorsement will make all the difference. Well, that makes two of us. I took no pleasure in spending all that coin, but as a retainer, I'll be able to double that sum before long. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a writ to deliver. Thank you again, my friend.
Always. She is busy and in a hurry. She is always busy these days. I worry she flirts with the flames of the sun and does not know to fear the fire. My heart and I have barely spoken. She strains her spines both day and night, poring through tomes and hatching her schemes. Her eyes are fixed on the next rank, and the next after that. I fear for her. A soul without rest grows dim as twilight. No, she has not. All to the good, I guess. A finless fish weakens the shoal. But enough about me. You, my friend, are a mighty swimmer. Seek her out in her stone-dwelling place. If I know my heart, she will certainly have a task for you.
pleasant surprise. Stay a while, won't you? Always pleasure to see you, Sarah. I'm glad you dropped by. I could use a friend right now. I just received a summons from the council. Typically, I'd be overjoyed. After all, I just submitted a petition for advancement to Oathman. But the council never acts on petitions this quickly. Someone's arranging pieces on the game board. I know it. If a member of the house plans to spring a trap, I need to project strength. The councilors know you've assisted me in the past. If you appear before the mouths on my behalf, it puts the Magisters and I on equal footing. It might even save my life. Thank you, my friend. Be careful.
My patron, Magister Gothrin, opposes any further honors for the slave girl. Oh, look. The Lizard sent a representative. Such pretensions.
Approach, emissary. You may inform your benefactress, Sun and Shadow, that the Council has elected to reject her petition.
Be sure to add that all further petitions will meet the same fate. Cats and lizards have no place in our great house.
Honestly, Relasa.
Don't worry, Relasa. The emissary will give Sun and Shadow a full account of this meeting. I have no doubt. There is no greater virtue than ambition, but I'm afraid Sun and Shadow's enthusiasm has rubbed a few of our number the wrong way. Beyond the obvious? Your friend possesses a keen mind and great natural talent. But even the great House Telvanni is not above simple prejudice. The circumstances of her birth make advancement complicated. Yes, Relasa hates practically everyone, but she's developed a particular distaste for Sun and Shadow. I can't tell if it's truly the will of Gothrin or just a personal vendetta. Both of them revile lesser races. A perfect match if ever there was one. I would counsel patience, but I have no illusions. Sun and Shadow will dismiss such advice out of hand. Her dreams can only be deferred for so long. I say only this. Whatever she plans to do, make sure she does it cautiously. Sun and Shadow will stand before us again. I only hope that it's for a promotion and not something less pleasant. Believe it or not, these meetings can go far worse. Honor to you and your house, Sarah. Farewell.
Sorry, I grew tired of waiting. I received more than a few sideward glances on my way over. What happened in there? Oh, I see. Maybe I was too impatient. Requested it too soon. Damn! Did they give any reason? Was there anyone who spoke out against it? Of course there was Relassa. That pig has hated me from the start. Gothrin's not fond of Argonians, but this is clearly personal. Would you act as my emissary once more? If you go to Tel Arun and speak to Gothrin directly, maybe he can settle this. I'll answer what I can, of course. Most Telvanni magisters prefer to be left alone. They dislike and mistrust each other. So they appoint mouths to handle business outside their towers. Of course, the magister's wishes and the mouth's wishes often get tangled. It's imperfect. Just trust me, it's better this way. If the counselors had to deal with each other directly, there would be no peace in Vardenfell. You wouldn't jam a bunch of aelits into a pen together. Mages need room to stretch, room to breathe. I never said House Telvanni was perfect. We take the good with the bad. When I sit on the council, I'll put things right. How's that? Yes. When I achieve the rank of Oathman, I should be able to purchase a slave. I'll free Ioki and we'll toast to our success. That is what we've been working toward, right? I know that some of this feels a little unsavory, but it's necessary. A Telvanni mage doesn't have time to be troubled. Every day I learn something new. Every day I peel back one mystery to reveal another 10 beneath it. If this is the price of that kind of discovery, I'll pay it. Oh, that came out poorly. Never mind. Magister Guthrin reigns over Tel Arun, the fungal tower west of here. He has a sour reputation, but remains one of the most powerful mages in Tamriel. I never had cause to work for him, but Ioki did. He doesn't like to talk about it. I'd be lying if I said yes, but if there's anyone who could get through to him, it's you. Gothrin keeps a few pupils, henchmen more like. You probably have to get through one or two before he'll deign to speak with you. Just be careful.
What is it? What do you want?
Tel Arun's closed, so piss off, you little scamp. You got Nick spit in your ears? Tel Arun's closed. Jog off, you fetching Nchow. Yeah? Well, I need a stiff drink and a good plow, but you don't see me knocking on strangers' doors belly aching about it. Magister Gothrin's not seeing any visitors. Not today, not tomorrow, and not next week. So shove off, go-off-face. Disobeying orders, eh? Yeah, that sounds like Relassa. Skeevy little Nick's always sliming around the tower, jamming pies in her gob and pushing us around. To do muck with her. Go ahead. But if I find out you're lying, I'll put a knife in your eye.
Aerith, Giravel, I've had enough of your excuses. Relassa made your task plain. Find those thieves.
I'm sorry, Magister. It will be done.
Whatever it is you want, talk to my cringing assistant.
Ah, greetings. I'm sorry you had to see that. Magister Gothrin is really quite charming once you get to know him. Honestly, he wouldn't have yelled if Relassa's little snoop, Captain Giravel, hadn't interfered. Ah, that. I'm sorry, but Relassa is determined to keep your Argonian from advancing. Typical. I should be mouth. Say, I might have an idea. The thieves Muthsera Gothrin mentioned fled to Shashpilabat. Could you retrieve the goods they stole? Spoken like a true Telvanni. If you bring the goods to me in Sadrith Mora, I'll take credit for their safe return. Relassa's gone to great lengths to discredit me, you see. My Muthsera knows this. If I succeed, he'll see that I am the fitter servant. Muthsera Gothrin will undoubtedly promote me to mouth. Then, in exchange for your help, I'll support your Argonian's petition. One good turn and all that. What do you say? I can't wait to see the look on Relassa's face when Muthsera Gothrin strips her of her title. And the groveling will be delicious. Of course. What can the future mouth of Muthsera Gothrin help you with? A great many things, I'm sorry to say. They pilfered an ancient tome, a rare pendant, and a purse full of gold. Of course, my master was most aggrieved by the loss of several slaves. Strong workers, all. Muthsera Gothrin is sick with worry. No, of course not. I didn't mean to assume. Truth be told, I've always been a fierce but very quiet proponent of beast rights. If you return the tome, pendant, and gold, I think Muthsera Gothrin will still promote me, albeit with a heavy heart. Well, I can't say for sure, but there's a good chance the missing slaves stole Muthsera Gothrin's property before fleeing Tel Arun. Ropefish and other people smugglers sometimes accept magicked items as payment. I'm sure I wouldn't know. My master has a kind and gentle disposition, but children sometimes need discipline, yes? It would really be Slave Master Arenum's prerogative. Unfortunately, she can be irascible. You should know by now that Telvanni alliances often start as fluid affairs. Not that our relationship is fluid. What we've got going here? Rock solid. Sun and Shadow's intentions align with my own. It only makes sense that we should be partners.
Take this report to Mouth Relassa, immediately.
Yes, Captain. It will be done.
Again and again.
Yeah.